Manny took Steve Conklin down to Washington this last weekend, and Steve got ripped off. That's what he said. So, and I mean, he should know. He knows the business. Manny Sobro, he knows it by now. Anyway, I wrote a story years ago. He asked me that I should do one about rip-offs in boxing, which are bad decisions, are just part of the game, and they ruin a lot of lives. And here's a story I wrote. I wrote this quite some time ago. It's about a fighter named Jimmy Bills. Life ain't fair, but watching somebody get robbed in a fight, to me see, some people say that. I hear them say that, like they're tough-minded. They know the score. Well, the world ain't fair. But most of these people never put in the effort it takes to fight. Something that can make or break you, on top of the fact that you are risking your life. In a pro fight, you can pay with your life. One fight sticks in my mind. This was in February of 1988. I was living in Vegas, and my friend Olenberger, Jamie Olenberger, was in Vegas. We were both using the Golden Gloves gym. I wasn't looking to fight anymore, amateur fights, but Jamie had come from Vancouver to pursue his pro career. There was a card coming up at Caesars on the 5th. Jamie wasn't on it, but there was a fighter, Jimmy Bills. He was fighting another light heavyweight named Joe Lasisi from Nigeria. Lasisi had a 12-0-0 record at this point, and I'm not sure how many knockouts at the time, but he was a puncher with a career KO percentage of 87%. Lasisi was training at the Golden Gloves. Bills was tough, but not a puncher. In other words, a perfect opponent. He was out of California, and he was a hard luck fighter with no connections. Lasisi was connected to Don King. The top of the card was Foreman versus Guido Train. This was Foreman's 7th opponent on his comeback campaign. I had seen Foreman knock out Rocky Sikorsky, his 5th hand-picked opponent at Bally's in September of 1987. Foreman knocked out Train in the 5th round. He wasn't taking any chances. He brought himself along just right. He made a fortune on his comeback. He finally fought a live body, a ranked contender, in June 1990, Addison Rodriguez. Foreman knocked him out in the 2nd round. I watched that one from the women's side sun deck of the Health Spa at Caesars. It was in the outdoor arena. Well, we got into this card for free from someone from the gym. I can't remember how we got a pass. The interesting thing about Lasisi versus Bills was that Bills took everything the Nigerian could dish out, and he really could punch. And when Lasisi finished unloading, Bills would be punching back. I mean, Bills was out punching him by a healthy margin, and it was inspiring to see somebody that fucking tough, because Bills did not have a surfeit of ability. He was just a tough, well-conditioned fighter. And he knew he was just an opponent, that he wasn't going to get any real breaks. Afterwards, the crowd booed a really bad decision, naked robbery. The Nigerian went on to win a piece of a title and lose it to Virgil Hill, a future Hall of Fame candidate. Rarely a fighter with a losing or heavy loss record backs into a title. Freddie Pendleton comes to mind. Pendleton was a lightweight with bad luck and questionable losses who really could fight, and he finally won a title. Guys like that inspire a lot of fighters, a lot of other fighters. If you didn't have outside dreams, you couldn't even do this sport. Jimmy Bills' final record, 117, KO 9, he won 9 by knockout, lost 25, drew on 6, knocked out by 10. He got knocked out by 10. All right. Maybe now we could we could act it out a little. Because, okay, let's just say, here's Lasisi. Lasisi. In fact, I remember this scene. It was, I forget which round, but he was like, you know, he was on this side of the ring. He was like, boo, 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 slam, smack, punch, and then he's like, Lasisi, Bills is punching back, but then when Lasisi wound down, Bills was still punching. He was like, Bills wasn't a puncher, but he was hitting him hard. And I have to give Lasisi some credit because he didn't lose heart. He kept fighting the whole fight, and I mean he was a front runner type fighter. He'd been moved. So he had some heart, but you know he lost that fight. Everybody knew it. Maybe this is here's Don King. See, only in America. I don't know. Is this a snake or what the fuck is it? Look at it. Like, it's got ears and shit. It's like, what is it? I bought it at the dollar store. And then today I was in the dollar store. See, this is your brain. And Halloween's coming up, and you know they're selling shit already. This is your brain. This is your brain on Don King, and it smells weird. I don't know what it is. Kind of a synthetic smell. See, it's a brain. See, and it's like one brain to go. And then finally, I got this for a little entertainment value. This is Boney. Yeah, he doesn't have anything to do with the story, but he wanted to be on the camera. Do 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 do. He's dancing. Do 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 do. Look at me, everybody. I'm Boney. I'm important. I'm somebody. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay. Say goodbye, Boney. We gotta go now. Bye to the people. Bye. Bye now.